What's up, guys? Good morning, good morning. I'm gonna have to go make my coffee in a second, but until then, go check out Trade Ideas. Super dynamic scanners. They're the scanners that I'm using right now. Super customizable. They really allow me to do a lot of different stuff. And so, if you want to check out these scanners that I'm using, I'll be back in a few minutes. But I'm gonna go grab a coffee really quick right now. But like I said, if you want to check out these scanners that I'm using, there's the link. You can go check it out. Great way to help support the channel as well. And yeah, I'll be back in, I'll try to be back in maybe 5 minutes or so. As well. All right, guys. All right, guys. Oh, y'all hear me waking my daughter up? Honestly, I can't get my OBS to pop open here. Honestly, that's how I wake my daughter up every morning. I sing to her, and she hates it. She hates it. And so I gotta keep doing it, you know? That's kind of what you do as a dad. I can't get my OBS to pop up here, though. It's like frozen for some reason. You might steal it. Hey man, that's the way you do it, man. My dad, honestly, my dad used to do that to me every morning. My dad would put like old Western country on and then come in and wake me up, and I hated it. But as I grow older, I started to look at it as more of an endearing thing. My problem right now, though, is that I can't get my OBS to open. What do I think of FVRR, which is Fiverr? Honestly, I didn't actually realize this except for earlier, but Fiverr IPO'd recently. And so right, 100%, man. You got to have bad dad wake ups, man. Right. Hey, it's good to hear I'm not the only one that does that, though, you know. Hey guys, handle the I'm gonna close this down. I'm trying to get OBS to open. It's weird. It's weird, like my OBS just doesn't open right now. I don't know where it's at, why it refuses to open. Testing, 1, 2. Weird. I guess I'll put trade ideas back up, but man, I can't get my OBS to open. There we go. Does anybody know how to force, like, this is, for some reason, this is frozen down here. Like, I can't get it to open. Alright, let's try this. There we go. I got it open, man. I don't know what the... I had to look up how to do that, man. All right, I got it open. Sheesh. I don't know why it refused to open there. There it goes. All right. Yeah, it was Control Shift and then right clicking on it and hitting maximize is what did it. I don't know why I was doing that. But yeah, so we can look up some stocks now. Sorry about that, guys. Like I said, go check out Trade Ideas. You want to check out Trade Ideas? Super dynamic, customizable scanners allow you to do a lot of cool stuff. And so if you want to check out Trade Ideas, there's the link. Go check it out. All right, but yeah, so looking at some stocks here, Fiverr is a recent IPO, and we'll go ahead and look at some news on this one today. Fiverr is a recent IPO. Let me see. So yeah, Fiverr recently IPO'd, and it looks like it IPO'd around 25 bucks, and now it's at over 40. So Fiverr looked like a really healthy IPO, honestly. And I've been using Fiverr for years. True story, my logo here, my beginner trading logo, was designed for $5 on Fiverr. True story. My beginner trading logo here was designed on Fiverr for $5. True story, man. True story. I also have done a lot of freelance work on Fiverr. So I've done a lot of writing work on Fiverr. And it didn't really pay that bad. Like, let me see if I can find it. Hey, this is from 5 years ago or so. Yeah, 3 years ago is what this was. Where I would write and proofread people's stuff. See? I would write and proofread people's stuff. Hey, I honestly had pretty good reviews on Fiverr, you know? I don't think I ever had I only had one canceled order out of 54 reviews. I only had one negative review. The rest were positive. So 1 out of 54 negative. So I didn't do too bad on Fiverr. To me, though, like I said, the real reason that I didn't really like Fiverr is because I don't necessarily like writing. I actually don't like writing. I hate it. It's not that I hate it. Let me rephrase that. I hate having a deadline and being forced to write. And on Fiverr, I would have a deadline that I had to finish writing on, and I just don't like that. You know, like I like writing if I can just write without worrying about it. But if I have a deadline that I have to follow, I hate it, and so I don't do it. To be honest, no, not really, Scott. What's up, John? What's up, man? Yeah, to be honest, I haven't. Most of like when I trade IPOs, it's usually not that first day. That first day is a little bit sketchy to me. It's a little bit less reliable and it's a little bit harder to trade. Stocks typically have a pretty big range on the first IPO day. And so with that, and really this just stems to my experience when I first started trading. When I first started trading, I think I've told the story before, but when I first started trading, you know, I remember being up. I was up like $100. I was trading on SureTrader. I remember that, and I was up like $100 on SureTrader, and I was all excited for being green on the day. And I decided to jump in a recent IPO. I can't remember what IPO it was, but I decided to jump in an IPO, and my logic was that since I was only going to jump in with like 50 shares or like 30 shares, that I would be okay. And that even if I lost, I would still be green on the day. And so I jump in this IPO. And before I know it, the range was just huge. And so 30 or 50 shares made me down like $400. And so I immediately went from being up 100 to down 400. And that is when I started to understand the range of stocks and what not calculating the range beforehand can do to my trading account. And so it was a good lesson, a necessary lesson in trading. And ever since then, I definitely paid attention to the range of the stock, not just the price. And so, yes, I don't think I've actually traded. The last IPO that I traded on IPO day was Roku, ROKU. And it was a swing trade. I bought like 10 shares and I just let them hold overnight and I made like 50 or 60 bucks. And that was really the last time I traded on IPO day. But yeah, Fiverr. Let's check the sound here. Alright, sound is good. Alright, guys. Hey, bud, put your shoes on, okay? Because you need your shoes for school. Come here. Put your shoes on, man. I'm going to turn off Astro Boy if you don't put your shoes on. Thank you. Man, you always got to have leverage. But yeah, so I'm definitely going to keep an eye on Fiverr, FVRR. I've been a member on Fiverr. I think I understand the business to a certain extent, and I think it's probably a pretty healthy business. And it looked pretty strong on IPO day. I mean, it's up, almost 100%. 100% would be up here. And so it's up almost 100% from that. And so it's definitely interesting. We'll see what we can get with that. Fiverr competitors, yeah, there's some other ones. Let me see. I mean, just some off the top of my head, but they're a little bit different business model. Just from my writing experience, though, Upwork, it used to be Odesk, I think. It's called Upwork now. It's a freelancing website. Um, GoLance. GoLance. Upwork, Odesk, U-Team. Yeah, I mean, there's competitors. I don't think they're serious though. I'm to be honest, like I said, I've never even heard of most of these except for like Upwork and stuff like that. But Fiverr's definitely one to watch. Let's go ahead and look up some news today, guys. Shall we? Let's go ahead and look up some news. First things first. Let's go ahead. We can look up Fiverr here. See some recent things about the IPO. Um, it IPO'd at $21 per share. So Fiverr IPO'd $21 at 21 per share. So interesting here. We also have ARQL. ARQL looking strong this morning. And with ARQL, study results showed substantial anti-tumor activity. So good results for ARQL. It's moving nicely here. We also have IGC. And so this was positive results for ARQL. We also have IGC here. The company disclosed that its subsidiary, which is Holy Hemp Company, has been approved to participate in Arizona's industrial hemp program for IGC. And I remember this one. I've traded this one a lot. I thought this one went to the OTC market. It must be back now. But IGC here, it used to be tradable. I doubt it's tradable now. But yeah, IGC, it's at 108. Gapping up, like I said, it was approved to participate in Arizona's industrial hemp program. We also have, let's see what else we have here. BXG. BXG looking pretty strong here. We got Red Robin still. Red Robin looking pretty strong here. It was news that Vintage Capital suggested the company's board conduct a review of strategic alternatives for Red Robin. All right, guys. So, not looking too shabby here. All right, look at the profit in this account, guys. I'm up to $228 in profit. So, honestly, not a bad green account now. You know, it's getting to that level where I can almost take some profits out of this thing. And it's been all green this week. No losing days this week. All green. All streamed live too. Super fun week. Need to take. I'm at the point now where I can start taking some larger swings because I have a little bit of room in my account now. You know, I'm definitely green in my account. I'm up around $230 in my account, and so I'm getting to the point where I can almost withdraw some funds. We'll see. That's what I'm shooting for here, at least. Alright guys, so we can go ahead and look at these scanners that are popping up, and like I said, if you want to check out these scanners, there's the link in the chat for trade ideas. Super customizable dynamic scanners, allow you to do a lot of different stuff, really build your own scans around your own strategies, and that's kind of what I'm going to be making a video about sometime soon here, is how to build a scanner around the VWAP fade and what I kind of look for with my scanners with trade ideas, because there's a lot of scanners that you don't even see here that I'm using with trade ideas, and they're super useful for my trading. And so there's the link if you want to check that out. Let me see here. All right, guys. So what's everybody's main watch today? Like I said, I'm looking at a few different stuff here. ARQL. Gonna look to see what we can get into with some of these accounts here. Maybe a little bit slow day. It's Friday. Let me go ahead and mute that. Yeah, so looking at a couple different things that look interesting. What's Fiverr symbol? FVRR. That's it. There we go. And it's tradable. And see, this is the great thing about TEFs. This is the great thing about TradeNet and TEFs. Some people hate on TradeNet and TEFs, but the crazy thing is that you can short Fiverr on IPO day. So I can actually trade and short this one on IPO day. And that's a huge edge. Very rarely are you going to find anything like that in the market. But yeah, Fiverr is tradable. You can see here, and shortable. And so, very interesting. All right, guys, I will be right back. I'm gonna go grab my phone really quick. I'll be right back. While I'm walking away, let me know if you have anything else you want me to review with news, or if you have any stocks you specifically want me to look at today. Maybe any sectors that look interesting. Let me know. I'll be back in a minute. All right, I'm back. Appreciate the sub, Bobby. Welcome, brother. Appreciate it, man. But yeah, let me know if you guys have anything else you want me to see. CHWY, CHWY. Yeah, it's not showing on Thinkorswim for some reason. What's up, Mitch? You here, bro? Let me see. Yo, what's up, Mitch? You here, bro? We got LJPC moving here. Let's see, SQ. We got Roku. For gap downs, we have MCRB. We have CTRV. We have CETX. SOXL, Semiconductor ETF, really gapping down here. DUST, JDST. So we got some options. We have Upwork here, UPWK, which is a sympathy move. I didn't even know Upwork had a stock. So do you guys remember this morning I said Upwork was one of Fiverr's competitors? I just now saw this one right here. And, wait, where'd it go? There it is. Upwork. Look at this. Upwork has a stock. And again, this is a freelancing website. The problem is, though, is that Upwork is kind of different from Fiverr. It's much different. So Upwork, I would almost consider a more professional version of Fiverr, where Fiverr, a lot of times, most of their deals are for $5. But Upwork is like you're paying hourly for a freelance contractor. So like if I wanted a web designer, I could go to Upwork and I would pay them most likely hourly. I think they may be per job payments as well. But Upwork's a little bit different business model. Fiverr, their kind of gimmick is $5. Upwork is completely different. Upwork, you can look for a job instead of look for a seller, and then pick which seller you want and put out applications for jobs that you want done. And so it's just a different business model for Upwork here. But still, up on sympathy. It is moving some on sympathy here. And so I'll probably end up keeping a watch on Upwork. Like I said, I'm more inclined to, I guess, short Upwork because, it's a sympathy move to Fiverr, but it's just a different business model. People that don't really understand the space may think they're super related, and because of that, maybe Upwork's up on sympathy. But again, they're just different business models. Upwork is a little bit more professional version, and Upwork typically is more of a freelancing website, where Fiverr is like a gimmicky $5 per article thing. But again, that's all subjective and up to how you view them. OSB. What's up, man? What's up, bro? Yeah, all right, guys. We got Mitch here. Yeah, we got Fiverr, bro. We got FVRR, Fiverr, IPO.
I like this one better. CRWD, CrowdStrike Holdings.
Is that a sympathy?
It's cyber security technology IPO. It IPO'd on Monday. Monday, I believe, or Tuesday.
So it doesn't have anything to do with Fiverr.
No, it's just a cyber technology, another IPO play.
We got some. Check out IGC.
Chewy's gonna be fun.
What's the symbol for Chewy?
It hasn't come out yet. It comes out today.
Right,
CHWI.
Here, hold it down, bro. I gotta tell my kids about it.
No worries. Got it. All right, guys. Let me see what's going on. What we got here? CRWD. Yes, we'll be watching that, Abe. Is tradable on TradeNet. And this is why I love TradeNet. Really gives us the ability to trade these brand new IPOs. And when you're trading brand new IPOs, you definitely have an opportunity to make some good money. You just got to be careful. A lot of times there's quick moves, little fake outs. Got to give yourself some big room to make a big range. I've liked the way this CRWD has played. Has done kind of a quick fade, then squeezed through. Then we had more of a bullish day yesterday. Came back down underneath VWAP, then ripped through again. I'm going to look to see if it's going to hold these 72.50s. All right. With CRWD, the price that they were originally looking at was $28 and $30. So we're going to definitely see the stock is super extended from that original pricing of 18 million shares between 18 and $30. So we're going to be looking at what's going to be going on with CRWD. Anyone got any penny stock?
We got IGC, ARQL.
IGC, there you go, right back. Definitely going to be watching those.
We got ARQL too. Y'all missed it, man. I did my wake up song with my daughter this morning. I didn't realize. I honestly didn't realize I wasn't muted, and so people heard my wake up song. Heard me
That's cute, man.
It's not. It wasn't like actual singing. It was just like, you ever had your dad bug you in the morning and sing you really annoying songs? That's kind of what it was. You know.
There you go. Some good love in the morning.
Yeah, man. What happened in eBay? Candles are massive, green and red. It sounds like volatility. Let's see. I mean, eBay not really volatile. Pretty small range too, for all things considered. I mean, yesterday it only moved 60 cents, and for a $40 stock, I mean, it's not a huge range or anything. And so, I mean, it seems like a pretty normal movement here for eBay. What do you mean? GoPro GE. Let's see.
Let's see if there's any news on eBay. Probably might be something.
All right, we're gonna look to finish it out though. That's all green this week. No losing days this week. It's been a fun week. Let's see. Let me go ahead and upload yesterday to my graph here, and I'll show you guys me uploading it. Just real quick so you guys can see them.
Kind of how trading goes. John's on a roll. I'm kind of on a little pullback. I'm down about 250 for the week, even though I had a good Monday. Just got to bounce back, finish the week controlled, and get right back on the upswing.
All right, so I'm going to upload this. It's a trader. Yeah, man, I mean, that's kind of how it goes. I remember when you went on like that 28-day green streak. I was doing like terrible. But I think that's kind of how it goes.
You're on your way there.
Yeah, man. It's cool. Like, I actually got my account up to, just so you guys can see, this is what I'm uploading here. I'm uploading my misspelled thing. And here's my graph here. Not too shabby, though, man. I mean, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 green days in a row. In the last 30 days, I am up 800 in gross profits. 60 days, I'm up 932 in gross profits. So in net profits, it's probably not that much. But my account is up to 240,228. So I'm up $228 in my live account. So that's cool. Gonna look to take a little bit larger swings coming up here. Question: how does the funded account with TradeNet work? I know I get 70% and everything, but let's say I earned 1K and my account goes to 15K. How much of that money would I be able to withdraw? So you would able to withdraw 700 of that, and they keep 300.
That's the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the key things is they want you to at first. This is something they don't put out there, but we like to be transparent with it. You're gonna have to make the same amount that you put into the funded account so you can get your first withdrawal. With the intro account, that's gonna be as little as
50.
400 $500. And so as long as you make that amount, you're gonna have to make a little bit more so that you pull it out 30% more. So it's, let's say 400 500, you make $700, you can make your first pull out.
Yeah, the best thing to do would be to ask them. And like I said, if you go through my link, you can reach out to them without signing up, and that's the best thing. Because like I said, I don't want to tell you the wrong answer, and I'd rather just it's easier to just ask them because they probably know a little bit better than me. Hold on, let me find this. Let me make sure this is right. Yeah, best thing to do is just to reach out to them. Here's the link, Fearsome. Like I said, you can go through the link without necessarily signing up for anything, but they would know better and they would be able to explain it better than I would, because like I said, I'm not 100% sure either way. I know you get one withdrawal per month, and I think the minimum you need is 350, but Mitch says something different, and he might be right with that. And so the best thing to do is just to reach out to them and ask them. You don't necessarily have to sign up. You can just kind of reach out to them and ask them, how it works.
All right, taking a look at another stock here, Cora.
KURA.
Yeah, it's not going to be tradable for us, but definitely one I'd keep on watch. Um, Had a great extension.
Yeah.
Want to see volume come into this stock though. Wait for it to get at least in the 500,000, the volume. ARQL, what's up with that? This stock's holding pretty well. Has a base at $8. ARQL. Yes, good support at $8. It's the kind of stock I could see pulling a nice red to green at the open. Keep an eye on that one.
JNUG. JNUG is it's a ETF, correct? I'm pretty sure it is, right? It's just about what kind of ETF it is. Let's see. It is a bull 3 times leveraged ETF. Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's that nug.
Yeah. Yeah, IGC's up. IGC, like I said, to break down IGC, whatever happened, didn't IGC get taken out? Didn't it get delisted and didn't it come back as IGCC? and now it's back to IGC again. Does anybody know what's going on with that? I remember hearing some things about IGC, but again, it used to be a cannabis stock, if I remember it correctly. For some reason, it got delisted and sent to the OTC market and then it came back as IGCC, and now it's back to IGC and it's getting pumped up again. Basically, I'm not trusting the
Yeah.
long-term viability.
100%.
You know,
I'm not even messing with
you know what I mean?
that. On a do not trade list.
Right, man. Basically, I
Like
don't
it's
trust this thing, man.
you know, but it's just way too much uncertainty. Um, I'm not even gonna mess with it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's untrustworthy in my book. You know, it's a little sketch.
100%.
It's a little sketch. You know, ARQL, like I said though, ARQL is looking strong, and this is a former runner as well. You know, when you trade for long enough, you start to kind of remember certain stocks. ARQL is one of those stocks I remember. Like I said, and IGC. You know, IGC I used to trade way back in the day. Let's see, 3-year chart. Yeah, you can see IGC went crazy. Last September, IGC went crazy with the cannabis stocks. Ooh, that's tough, Junior. That's tough, bro. Yeah, it was. It went crazy. Got pumped up with the whole cannabis sector in September. Was delisted in October, and now it's back. Sketchy. And then relisted in February. Okay. Appreciate it, bro. Thanks, bro. Yeah, that's rough, Scott. That's tough, man. You get along? I don't know, man. Yeah, AMD. I mean, AMD's looking at least volatile today. It's gapping down, right? Yeah, it's gapping down. Um, but it's at least looking volatile, and I think a lot of this depends on what the overall market does right now. You know, the overall market is sideways. Yesterday, it had roughly a break-even day. I guess it ended down. No, it technically, I don't know if it ended up or down, but it was almost exactly break-even yesterday, which probably is one of the reasons it was a little bit tough to trade overall in the market because the SPY was so choppy and sideways. And so again, we're basically getting a break-even gap in pre-market as well for the overall market and the SPY. And so the market is sideways right now. At least it has been in the last 2 days. And so with regard to AMD, it just depends on how it acts at the open. You know, that's basically what I'm looking at. But I'll keep an eye on AMD, Fiverr, some of these penny moves. CRWD. CRWD is one I think Mitch talked about today. We got Fiverr. Like I said, recent IPO, Fiverr. And it is tradable and it is shortable on TEFs, which is, again, a huge benefit of using them. We'll see what else we get today. But, yeah, basically, you know, we'll see what we get. Yeah, not too much movement here. But we'll watch it. I mean, like I said, I've been trading AMD. It's one of those things where you start to learn about a certain stock. You know, after a while of trading the same thing over and over and over again. You know, and honestly, I never used to trade like this. You know, I never really used to trade like this. Usually, I would want to be a little bit more diversified in the stocks I trade. But as time went on and I started trading AMD more and more often, I started to kind of learn how it moves a little bit. And I think that's a big edge you can find in the market is just learning about certain stocks. You kind of learn how they range, and that's kind of what I did with yesterday with AMD. It eventually broke down much more than I got from it, but overall, happy with the fade. Beautiful fade breakdown yesterday. And so we'll watch it again today, especially though considering it had a pretty big red day yesterday and it's gapping down in pre-market. I guess I'm a little bit more inclined for a long move, for a bounce today for AMD, but you never really know. If the market looks, especially weak, then AMD could continue to drop. But again, I mean, let's look at the daily chart. I think that's going to have a lot in play about it. And it is up a lot in the last week or so, I guess. Last 10 days or so. And it's dropped the last 4 days, really. And so we'll see if, like I said, I guess I'm a little bit more inclined for a bounce. But if it doesn't bounce, I could see it coming down to like $30 or so. It's got some resistance and support at 30. Let's see where else it has on the daily chart. Some resistance at 33.50s or so. And so those are some interesting levels to watch for AMD. It's kind of what I'm keeping an eye on. And like I said, though, guys, if you appreciate these scanners that I'm using, go check out Trade Ideas. Really customizable, dynamic, useful scanners. Super dynamic, customizable, and useful scanners. And so if you're interested in checking them out, I'll post that link here as well. Great way to help support the channel. And let me go ahead and find one of those links for Trade Ideas. So yeah, here's the link for Trade Ideas. You want to help support the channel, check them out. Yeah, I think Wheelhouse. I think it all depends. Wheelhouse said I'm not really an AMD guy. Never really had any luck with it. It's weird how some stocks work for some and not others. Yeah, and I think it really boils down to your method of approach. The way I trade AMD is a very specific way. Like the way I trade AMD is a range bound method. And so I'm just trading the range of AMD. And again, most of the time, one thing I've learned in trading that has been especially beneficial for me is that low of the day and high of the day points are pivot points for stocks. And that's one of the biggest things that you can learn as a trader is that the low and the high of day, for me as a short trader, most of the time it's the low of day, but I just use it as a pivot point. So I draw out the range here. In this case, I can't remember what my range was yesterday. I think I was using this 25 level here. So I draw out this range, and I just kind of try to short it around the VWAP, around the top of it up here. And then I just cover some at the bottom. And a lot of times it's going to bounce right back up, but the times that it doesn't are going to be much bigger gains. In times like this where it fully breaks down are much better gains. But again, that's not really my main goal. My goal, that's like an added benefit if it does break down all the way. But my main goal with AMD and really with most of the stocks I trade is to take advantage of this very self-evident range here. I'm trying to short it at the top, cover it at the bottom. If it bounces back to the top, I can add back to it and kind of rinse and repeat until that stops working. And that's what I've been doing the last few weeks and months, really. And that's kind of the reason I'm on this green streak is because I've been attacking the range of stocks in that way. And again, like I said, I use kind of the low of the day here. I use this low as a pivot point. That's where I'm taking profits because a lot of times, even if it doesn't break down, it's at least going to kind of navigate towards that low before bouncing back up. It's usually at least going to touch that low before it bounces back up. And so it makes sense as like a pivot point in the trade where you can take profits, maybe add back if it does bounce back. But that's kind of how I approach it. And it works,
All right. Another one I'm going to be watching today is Discovery.
Credit card company?
Yes, DICA. No, this is Discovery Channel.
Oh. DISA?
DISCA. My bad.
Oh.
DISCA.
Discovery has a stock. Who knew that, man?
Yeah, man. I've actually played this one secular. This stock had the tendency to running in November, December, or at least it used to. I mean, last year was kind of a down year in November, December. Normally we don't have that, but I've been watching this one. Um, did get hit yesterday. There's a big resistance at 29.62, which is right where you see it dropping from today. So it's a good level to go off of. You can see this one doing a quick fade today, and then just fading out slowly.
Yeah, I like that
Good thing
62
is
level.
it's a tight range.
Yep.
Tight range with good possibility of the downside.
Yep. I don't mind that one either. Look at the SPY starting to spike up. SPY starting to spike up a little bit here.
Yep. I've been talking about these important levels. On the SPY, we've kind of been holding these important levels. Pretty much a range between 289 and 290 right now. Let's see what's going on with me today.
Somebody's asking about CTRV and S. S is Sprint, right? Yeah, Sprint. I mean, it's just a tight range. It's just too. It's a little bit too small of a range for me specifically. The float's probably a little bit too large for Sprint, and it's like yesterday it moved. Really, it moved 30 cents total yesterday. So as Sprint moved only 30 cents yesterday, and so for that reason, it's just a little bit too tight of a range for me to really want to trade. I would have to take pretty big sizing, and commissions would be higher, and yeah, I mean it's just not one of the the moves I'm trying to take right now.
All right, interesting stock, AMRN, like always. Weekly starting to get really interesting. That $20 point, looking like it's trying to make a run to it. Got a harmony on the last 2 weeks ago that had a high of 1970. I really pay attention to this one more on a weekly.
Yeah, AMRN looks good. Gapping up some. Looks nice.
All right, guys, we got about a minute 20, less than that.
Let's do this.
Let's get prepared, guys. Let's do this.
What's up,
All right,
Shirley?
guys. Pull back a slight amount on share size today, just based on the fact that I feel like I've been hesitating a little bit this week. When you start hesitating, it could be possibly due to your share size getting too big.
Yep.
So I'm just going to take a little step down and try to relieve some of the pressure and just focus on the trade.
I feel like that's a great idea. I think that's one of the benefits of using small sizes. Not like really small. I think you probably like what 400 or 500 shares. It would be a little bit better that way.
5 to 7. I've been getting up to where average position size is 1,500 shares. So I'm trying to pull back. I first made from 5 to 1,000, and then got all the way up to 15. Let's pull back a little bit. Let's go to 5 to 7. We'll make that step right back up to 1.
All right, there's the bell. All right, let's see what we get here, guys. So, watching Fiverr, AMRN, AMD. AMD big drop at the open here. AMD pulling back up to 3060s. Fiverr pulling up some. We got AMRN dropping some. Gonna look at some fades with these specifically. Gonna look at the cannabis sector as well here. They're dropping some today in the cannabis world. At least CRON is. CGC's down too. CGC faded beautifully yesterday, so depends on what we get today, but those are the ones I'm watching. Fiverr, AMRN, AMD, cannabis plays like CGC and CRON. All right, we got AMD with a really nice red to green move here, spiking up. I bet you there might be a moving average crossover play in here. Let's look. Yeah, we're going to look at it for AMD. Might just take a little 100 shares for the moving average crossover if we do get one. Looks pretty strong here, really, though. Almost about 100 shares or a little like small share size here for AMD, just because I think it looks really strong. And I think it'll probably squeeze up and maybe run up here. Yeah, there's 79s, 80s. I think it's going to move up, but not really my strategy. Look, there it goes. Yeah, there's 83s. Almost bought it at 75. Would have been a nice little move here, but there's the spike. Called it out. Hope somebody could take advantage of that one. It's just not really my style, but I can see the moving average crossover about to happen. And from trading that moving average cross so much, it starts to get a little bit more predictable as time goes on. And so I hope somebody could take advantage of AMD, but there's a really nice red to green spike there for the moving average crossover.
VWAP fade there for CGC.
Yeah, I'm kind of noticing it. That's not really, see, that's a little bit too early for me for CGC. I'm watching that one too, but it's that first candle, the wick is too big, and there's not a really obvious risk level for that one. That's the biggest thing for CGC that I don't like. Maybe I'm wrong though. I mean, that thing's fading down. But, I mean, if CGC's fading, we can look at the other cannabis plays like CRON. That might pull back to the VWAP. If CRON
right
pulls
now,
back,
TLRY.
AMRN's back down there too. With CRON, let's see, I could use 14 is my risk, and so it would be from 02 to 14, so it would be about 12-cent risk. That's too late now. Just followed through too much. It's all right. Yeah, there goes AMD, and like I said, I'm going to start trading the moving average crossover because it's something that, especially when you get moves like this, when you get confirmation, it's very easy to predict. And this is the first one I called out this morning, and it's easy to see why. I mean, very obvious bullish move there for AMD. Hold it down, Mitch. I'll be back.
All right. Nice flip in the SPY coming down there, guys. No fill for me. And TLRY had an order out at 33s, went right to 30s, and then faded out. Pay attention to ACB here. AMRN down on the day. That thing went straight back down. At the support now. All right, got a starter here on MRVO.
All right, I'm back.
Risk is 23.70s, 10-cent risk.
All right, I'm back. I'm gonna look at AMRN here. If AMRN can pull back to 870, I could use 880 risk. Same thing with kind of Cron here. AMD might be a nice little moving average cross or a moving average pullback. Fiverr looks strong too. I'm gonna look at a Cron with a very tight 7-cent risk. If it can pull back to 97 with a 604 risk. AMD looking weak.
ACB maybe come back up here.
Look at AMD with this big pullback. All right, for Cron, we got a little bit of a move here.
All right.
Same thing with CGC.
Doing pretty good right now. And MRVL, let's see if we get this crack down to his 23.40s.
I'll look at CGC and try to slowly scale into this one if he can get up to 70s. And there's Cron here. Do I want to take Cron? I guess I could. It's like a 3-cent risk. Honestly, like CGC a little bit better than Cron, but here it's all right. All right, so I am in CGC with 100 shares. Very small share size. I'm in a little bit too many positions right now. CRON's looking better.
All right, looking good in MRVL there. I'm also liking EMPH here. All right, have a little starter on EMPH. Risk is 40, 41. It's only 4 cents risk on this one. CGC getting up there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in with 100 shares. I'm looking to kind of scale into it. I'm in Cron as well. But I like CGC here. All right, I'm in with 200 shares of CGC.
Right now.
We'll see if we get the breakdown in CGC, but all right, well, CGC is up here. I'm in with 200 shares. I could add to this one. It's right at the VWAP. Like I said, my risk has got to stay pretty finite at 41.
All right. Marvel jumping back up here. Got to keep an eye on it. Don't want to pass those 69s. Strong resistance up there, so we're giving this a chance. EMPH, good breakdown there for us.
Yeah, I just took half off of Kron. Beautiful little breakdown there.
All right, guys. Looking to cover a little bit here in EMPH.
Nice move here for CGC down to the 70s. We'll see if we can break down a little bit more here. 68s.
Yeah, I was trying to get 23s there for EMPH. Wasn't able to close there. It's already back up to 29, so I got to hold for a second.
Took 100 off of CGC.
All right, looks like EMPH getting a hit there.
I'm going to go ahead and get out of Kron. It looks pretty strong here. And so I'm out of those last little 100 shares, and now I'm just holding CGC. We'll see what we get. I've already taken enough profits in it to not turn into a losing trade regardless. We're just going to see if we can get the bigger breakdown here.
All right, guys, took 200 off there on EMPH 1722s. Paid myself $30 there. There you go. Nice breakdown there for EMPH.
Yeah, nice breakdown there for CGC as well. And I'm just going to let these last 50 shares work. Maybe I
All
should
right,
hold on.
that breakdown on EMPH. Nice breakdown there, guys. That's a VWAP fade.
Yeah, man.
That's the bread and butter right there.
We've got some beautiful ones here. I'll throw you up since I've been in here most of this time.
I'm in 2 trades, so I'll put 2 charts up here.
All right.
Put my entry.
I'm going to go ahead and get out of the last little bit here. So that is a $55 day for me so far. Here's Mitch. I'm going to throw him up. So yeah, two more green trades for me, and it sounds like Mitch is doing well. So a lot of fades are working today for sure. A lot of fades, and yeah, guys, that closes out the week for me if I finish. It's only 15 minutes in, and so we could keep going here, but
was trying to cover a little there at 11s, but a little distracted there, setting up that little chart down there. Didn't cover at 11s. Was going to cover 200 at 11 and then let the rest of it play out. If it came to VWAP, we could add again.
Yeah, just be careful with Marvel. I see that thing squeezing up.
Yeah, I'm watching her. It's that resistance line really
Yep.
keeps playing with us. It's just a SPY bouncing right there. Hasn't decided if it wants to crack down or not.
Yeah, I got out of CGC at the perfect time, right before big monster squeeze up. So managed most of those fairly well.
CGC right back there.
Yeah, man, it's looking too bullish now. I already rode back. I already faded it once, and then I faded Kron at the same time. AMRN is looking a little bit better, and I was looking at AMRN too. But yeah, so Kron faded. I took advantage of that one. Kron was the much nicer breakdown. But CGC faded a little bit too, and I was able to kind of scale out of that one too.
All right, guys, we're going to look for an ad at 1730s. We have 300 shares, so we'll look for another 300 shares. Also keeping my eye really closely here on Marvel, the collection in the 70s. Let's see if we're going to bounce up and just get to that 72 and I'll stop out. If not, it should flush right back down here.
Honestly, I like EMPH here. It looks like a pretty good fade, honestly. Um, like EMPH, my VWAP's at 29. And so
Yep, that's what I'm going off of. I'm using a Thinkorswim on that chart.
yeah, it looks good for right there. And it's kind of getting
I'm seeing
close to it.
71s pop up here,
There's the
73s,
Sphinx.
anything filling? There's some fills. I'm out. Got to step out.
Yeah, Marvel's looking strong at that point once it breaks that level, so I think that's the right move.
I just broke the resistance. If it would have broke that down, it would have came down to the 2320s. So we're talking about a 40-cent gain there. I'll risk 10 cents for 40 cents.
Right.
There you go. EMPH.
Yeah, it's up there. I think you
Yep.
would have to, for EMPH though, you got to use that. Really on my chart, I'm seeing 39 as a risk level, and it's starting to get up there. So we're getting some squeezes. I'm guessing the SPY is rebounding here. No, the SPY might fade here actually. So I mean the SPY's right up to the VWAP. We'll see what it does here.
All right. I want to see EMPH close this and create a high. Once it creates that high, I'm going to be able to use that as a risk point, and then I can add. Just can't see it get to 40s.
Yeah, that's what it. You gotta be careful because these might squeeze up. That's the only like I'm no. It all depends on what the SPY does here, I think. But
I
I'm
mean,
seeing.
I don't think EMPH rolls on the spot. It's just very strong.
Yeah, I think this is the big
All
level.
right. Let's let this new candle open up. Okay. On 37s show up and we can pop on them. It just swept away there.
Yeah, that's that confirmation. So like if you look at the line, yeah,
I
you
was
got it
looking
drawn
for the
already.
ad, but my trade net chart is a little late there. I have them both up, so I'm trying to compare the speed right now. Sometimes Thinkorswim is a lot slower.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's the big thing. I think Thinkorswim charts are definitely slower. Just from what I've noticed. But yeah, I'm noticing a lot of squeezes here. AMRN, the SPY. ENPH looks good though, really. It put in that confirmation, so now you got a super obvious risk level. What's up, Anthony? Our classes are free, brother. So go check out our website. You know, we're slowly uploading them now. And so go check out our website. I'll post that link here if you want to check it out. Let's see.
Ah, should have got that ad. Good. I'll look for an ad here.
Yeah, all of our classes are free, man, and so I'll post that link here. This is the classes we have thus far, and this is on the website. But we also have it on YouTube. We also have, if you look at my channel playlist, we have classes on YouTube as well. And really, the website is just linking the YouTube classes. So we have free classes. We have about 12 uploaded at this point, but we'll be uploading more. I'm at my mother-in-law's, and so it's been a little bit hectic this past week, and I haven't been able to get to classes. But we still have a lot of classes to upload as well. But to see the ones we have currently uploaded, there's the link in the chat right there.
Yeah, I already missed that other move for CGC. I would have wanted to hit that in the 80s.
I like that Kron move a little bit better. Kron pulled back a little bit.
Should have got that ad in EMPH in the 37s, 36 area.
What did AMD end up doing?
It's probably what I've been working on the most.
Check out AMD, man. AMD's kind of a rejection here if it can get up to 61.
You got AMAT also.
So I traded Kron and CGC today, both cannabis plays. I don't really like doing that. Yeah, for sure.
This rejection there. After that 870. Could see a pop up to 65 or 60s in there.
The mold's okay. I mean, they're completely renovating my house. And so, like I said, the problem lies with all of this.
CGC coming right back down there.
The problem lies is that our air quality was actually okay. You know, like they did air quality testing, and we were below average for air quality in our house, or we were above average for air quality. We were below average for the average mold spores in a typical residential home, and so we had good results. But for some reason, we're still
all right. Discovery out there, man. We just missed kind of a really good entry, but man, that one was nice. I would have loved to have taken that one.
The SPY is fading right now. Look at the SPY. The SPY is beautiful fade on the SPY.
You can check that one out. DISCA. Not too bad. Nice little fade there. Faded twice now. Could have got a good entry there. 18, 19, 20s. It's not too bad of a trade.
Look at Upwork.
TLRY was one I was trying to get in, but the spread was so big I could never get it when it was at the View app.
Does Mitch have me muted? No, Mitch doesn't have me muted. Tess, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear. All right, yeah, we're good. Hang in there, Sid. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm kind of away from my mic. That might be it. But no, Upwork. Remember, like I said, I thought Upwork might drop because it's not necessarily it's not as correlated as people may think for Upwork. And so, what is the symbol for Upwork? It's UPWK, right? That's Upwork, right? Let me look it up. Yeah, it is Upwork.
Looks like we read the green move. I'm looking at CRWD.
Yeah, that one looks strong too. But yeah, Upwork dropped, and like I said, I think people assume they're more correlated than they actually are, and Upwork's down to 1540. So I called that one out in pre-market. Maybe somebody took advantage of it. But the SPY is dropping as well. SPY's looking really weak, and the SPY honestly faded really nicely here. EMPH is looking good though. I think I like EMPH here. I think
already bounced there.
I think EMPH is looking weak in that it's got a lot of resistance above it. You even have on EMPH, you even have the big level at like 33, you know, which is like added resistance. 33 and 32 is like more resistance there. CRWD might be a little VWAP bounce after that red to green move, like you were calling out. Disney coming. What's up, Hammy? Welcome.
Man, Marvel always. I'm not having luck with that one.
Honestly, there's some stocks that I just don't have good results with. One of them has typically been SQ lately. Like if you look at my results here, like if you look at my graph on TraderView, if you look at my graph here, and I go to instrument, basically the stocks that do me terribly, SQ is one of those. SQ is probably the more often stock that's on this list. The worst I've done is on IQ though. IQ did me dirty there. But CGC is my best stock. It's the stock I make the most on. AMRN is second. CGC. AMD is healthy at fifth. VKTX. So yeah. I mean, I'm going to leave Mitch up. We'll put the scanners up once Mitch is done. But yeah, if anybody wants to check out trade ideas, like I said, I'll post that link here as well for trade ideas. Let me see. Like I said, super customizable dynamic scanners allow you to do a lot of cool stuff with them. You can check out the description if you want that sign up link. But I can also post this link here as well. And like I said, just really customizable scanners allow you to do a lot of cool stuff with it. And so if anybody wants to use the same scanners that I'm using every day to make these trades and to base my trades off of, go check this link out. There's the link. Check out trade ideas. Like I said, super customizable scanners. There's the link right there. Do you guys both have student accounts? Mitch has a student. I have a pro.
Yeah. I don't have the big baller account yet.
Yeah, man. But we both have decent buying power. It's ironic because I have the bigger account and Mitch uses larger sizing than I do. And so it's a little ironic. Yeah. That's mostly I'm a wimp.
It's the way of the trading, yeah.
Yeah.
You get a little bounce here. You want to reject off that last high, which is 32. You might see 33 pop up on the ask, but we don't want to see it above that. Watch for the volume and the strength. Right now, the only ones I'm worried about is that 10,000 shares at 1727.
What's up, Hero? Hero back. Bum, bum, bum. Hey, appreciate the sub, Donnie Ray. Welcome, brother. Appreciate that subscribe. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Mitch and I day trade live on stream every weekday morning, starting at 8:15 market time. So don't forget to subscribe. We're the only people in the trading game that do this. Nobody else really shows everything like we do. I don't care what anybody says. We're showing people everything. Hit that subscribe button. Come join us again. Doing it all live. That's my pitch. I'll be right back.
I was thinking about adding there at 30, but didn't hit the ad, so I don't want to chase down to 27. The whole idea was if I was going to go down, I was going to go down a cent, maybe from this pricing, but I don't want to go further than that. Trying to give myself a chance for it to break down and give me that nice gain. Here we go. That's what we wanted to see. That last rejection. Remember I said if it went to 33s, it was fine. But a rejection from that high gave us the breakdown candle. Definitely should have hit that ad at 1730. One of the things I'm working on is adding on the breakdown after the trade is working in my direction. Now we're getting a good breakdown here. Let's see if we can get down to 1710s again and get a little bit more, maybe to 17. What's up, Wheeler? You want to get the screen set up? What, the tests? What I have here in the main window? If it's the main window, I can figure out maybe how to send out the coded version through Discord.
Yeah, what's up, man? What's up, Wheelhouse? Anthony. Hey, thanks, brother. Have a good weekend, man. Happy Father's Day to you as well, if you're a dad. I'm just going to assume you are, but yeah, appreciate it, bro. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there.
Yes. Oh, that
Sundays.
AMRN. Man.
Father's Day is
Down to
Sunday.
55. 60s. Boom. That thing felt like a rock.
Oh, yeah, guys, go check out our public Discord while we're still here. Go check out our public Discord. Mitch and I try to give everybody everything for free. That's kind of what we do here. We do everything for free. We're not charging anybody for anything. And so you definitely want to come check out our free public Discord channel. Like I said, we do a lot of cool stuff. This is our free day trading chat room, and our goal is to create, like I said, a public free day trading chat room. And so if you want to be a part of that in our public Discord, I'll include that link here as well. And like I said, come join us. We have over 400 people here at this point. Help us change the trading game and join our Discord here. All right, looking good for you, bro.
Yeah, I'll try to do that, Will. After I'm done with the stream, I'll try to get it in there.
Yeah, AMRN, that was a fade. I think I called that fade out. Like I said, I think it got a little bit too high, I think, actually, for me, though. I think my risk level would have been, I don't know, like 80. And it got up to 72, but still. I mean, I don't know. Really, it's hard to tell where I would have set my risk in that one.
Mm.
There you go. Looking good for you here.
All right. I'm also thinking about getting in here DICA. Liking that. There's EMPH heading down there.
Yeah, man.
You can give this
better.
shot here to get down to that 1710 again. There's some share size getting filled there. People covering there at the low of the day. Even though it has that wick, that's still the low of the day. There you go. Nice little down movement here. See if we can get some bears to start shorting this on the baseline daily.
We got AMRN slowly starting to creep back to the VWAP. Just be careful though here because we do have the SPY rebounding pretty strong here. So we are getting a large rebound in the SPY. And so just any mid and high cap stocks be careful with. I think ENPH is unrelated though, but be careful with any other stocks for sure because SPY's rebounding here. ENPH is looking weak though. That looks good. But maybe look at AMRN for a bounce to the VWAP. There you go.
There you go. Looking better here. There's some share size, 2,000 shares.
No, it's 17, 14. There you go.
All right, guys. Covered 300 there at 1713. Half of it out. Keep the rest. Now we have 9150. We lost 105 on that other trade. Now we got about 150 unrealized on this one. Trying to let it crack down here, get to that 1710, 11, and see the volume follows through. We're looking for big volume to show up here.
Looking good though. Looking weak.
Oh.
AMRN is back.
With that big green candle, I'd let it get above VWAP. HTZ strong again today. All right, like in Discovery. Okay, guys, got us started there in Discovery. Going to stick really tight with this trade. I don't mind if I get stopped out, but not going to let it push further than that 29.30 mark.
And while we're waiting here, if anybody is interested in using the same broker and platform that Mitch and I use on a daily basis, go check out TradeNet. They currently have a 30% off sale going on. I don't know. You can get the intro package for $3.99, and it's ridiculously cheap.
Right.
It comes. Go ahead, man. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Okay. It comes with 14,000 in buying power to trade with, so you get 14K in BP to trade with. You can actually trade with 14,000, which is pretty decent buying power for a new trader. There's no PDT rules, so you can day trade as much as you want with the intro package. You can also short, which is extremely rare for any type of intro account. And you can also short IPOs. You can trade IPOs. Anything that's tradable is shortable. And commissions are pretty cheap if you use small sizing. It also comes with a trading course and access to a trading chat room, like I said, for less than $400. It's ridiculously cheap, and I think it makes a ton of sense for new traders because they're only essentially risking what they pay for that package. A lot of times new traders will deposit thousands into a conventional broker, and then let's be honest, most new traders are going to lose that. And so they're going to be down a few thousand in their first account. And so to eliminate some of that risk, it's much cheaper to just buy an intro account with TEFs and TradeNet. You're only risking the $400 that you pay for it. And I think most traders are going to lose that as well. But it's a much cheaper option. And I think it makes sense.
Definitely agree with that. Part of trading is just learning how to trade. It's not necessarily rushing to the profits, but essentially learning the process itself. Traders, they stay in this business not because they hit one nice gain. They stay in this business because they learn a consistent process that works for them.
Yep. And here's the link. If you want to go check out, I did break down. There you go.
Discovery there, guys. Quick stop out there. Only lost $35 on that, though.
Don't stress it. But no, so if you want to see a full walkthrough of TradeNet, where I really do break down the pros and cons, because there are some cons to using TradeNet. And one of them, and I'll just go ahead and go over that now, one of them is that most penny stocks are not tradable. If you're a sole momentum-based penny stock trader, TEFs and TradeNet probably isn't right for you. But if you like trading other stocks like we do, it makes a ton of sense. And there's the link. My mic is a lot lower than Mitch. Here, I'll turn myself up. Really, I think it's my distance away from the mic. Like if I do this, I'm going to be a lot more clear because the mic is a lot closer to me. But yeah.
I got stopped out by a penny in DICA. It's going right back to the VWAP there. It was a good trade, honestly. Good idea. Just I didn't give myself enough risk there. And it was a total of 60 cents on the downside. Should have gave myself at least 10 cents risk there. But as you can see, it's just coming right back down to VWAP there.
No, I'm not starting the stream and talking to you for 10 minutes tomorrow, hero. Get out of here, man. I'm a busy man, bro. I'm a busy man, you know.
Just missed that one. I liked it too.
Honestly,
that's how the cookie crumbles.
EMPH
a little too tight there in risk.
EMPH is right there back to the VWAP, and so it really doesn't look bad here, in all honesty. But no, like I said, if you want to check out TradeNet and take advantage of it, again, you can look in the link. I probably should have labeled it a little bit better.
There you go. DICA back to VWAP.
But if you want to actually sign up, there's the link. You can also check out our website. We have that walkthrough page where it's beginnertrading.net/walkthrough, and it breaks down the pros and cons. Also, if you want to take advantage of it, listen, if they also have what's called the demo challenge on TradeNet. They also have what's called the demo challenge, and it's completely free to enter. And basically the way it works is they give you $10,000 in a demo account. You get a $10,000 demo account for free. And if you can make $500 in net profits in that demo account while following the rules, you win yourself a free TradeNet account. And so it makes a lot of sense as well. At the very least, you're at least going to get a free demo account for 5 days. And there are some more rules to it. And so I'm not going to pretend like it's easy. It's actually an extremely tough challenge to accomplish. But it's completely free. And again, at the very least, you're at least going to get a free demo account to use for 5 trading days. So if you want to check that out, there's that link as well. Like I said, it's completely free. Eric just failed. Everybody tell Eric, good try. It happens.
Hey, it happens. It happens. It's a tough challenge.
Yeah, man, it is. It's extremely tough. You know, Mitch failed it before. I never got a chance to fail it, but I'm sure I probably would have.
Yeah.
You know.
I got close. I got to like 400, and then I had a big loss, and then it just down spiraled from there.
It is what it is, man. You know. There you go.
I think the problem with me was I was doing it when I can only trade 3 days. So I literally had only those 3 days. So the pressure was a little bit harder. But if you pace yourself out, you really only need to make like, I would say, about 250 a day and just trade for those 5 days.
Right. Well, the way you do it.
3 days that are green and maybe 2 days that are red, and you'll still be at that 500 rate.
Yeah, I mean, if I was trading the challenge, the way I would do it is I would try to make a big gain, like a large gain in 1 or 2 days. And then after that, I would just take it slow. And I would, because you have, like Broke Boy says here, you have to have 2 days of $100 or more. No $100 or more loss in a single day. $300 loss total in 5 days is your max. And you must trade 3 out of 5 days. And so pretty tough rule set, in all honesty. But the way you do that is you go big for 1 or 2 trades, and then once you build up a decent enough cushion, you know, you're forced to trade somewhat actively, so you just trade small for the rest of the days, you know, and that's how you kind of do it. But it's tough, and it's extremely tough considering those rules. Extremely tough. EMPH
Not
still
too
looking
sure
good.
about that second rule, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's 10,000 in BP. What'd you say, Mitch?
I'm not too sure about that $100 loss in a single day, but I have to make sure.
Let me look it up. I know I have it somewhere here. I think I have it in the Discord. I'm gonna search for it.
All right. If we get a bounce back to this resistance line, I can go ahead and I can short off of that and hold my risk right above that at VWAP. If it just breaks down here, we'll just let it break down, let it get through that 1710, head to 17s. I see yesterday's low as 1671 and the close at 1751, which is way above us now. Definitely has a nice daily curve uphill. So this could actually really click down here and just keep going down. You see a Harmy on the daily. This is a Harmy candle here. This is a real bearish sign on a daily chart, that especially of a stock that's been trending up, trending up, trending up, trending up, and finally giving you kind of that curve appeal here.
Yeah, it's looking a lot better for sure. But no,
That's
here's the rules.
This pattern is called the Evening Star.
Here's the rules, though, real quick.
Or some people call it the Death Star.
So Broke Boy was right. Maximum daily loss of $100 and a maximum total loss of $300. So definitely a tough challenge, but those are the rules for sure. And I thought there was something like that, but those are tough, man. Don't get it twisted. That's a tough rule set for sure. And so don't think it's going to be a piece of cake, but I mean, like I said, it's free. It's free to sign up to, so you're not really missing too much. AMD pulling back to the VWAP here. Let's see. AMRN kind of did too. Yeah, AMD's back. Like I said, I think AMD's following the SPY pretty closely today, and I think the SPY. It depends here, but I think the VWAP. I think at the very least, I think AMD right here is at least good risk to reward. I think you could use 63 risk, and so your risk is at like roughly 18 to 20 cents. if you use 30-63 as your risk, and then if you use 30-20 as your reward, and you get in at 30-50, your risk is about 13 cents and your reward is 30 cents. And so good risk reward there. Like I said, if you get in at 350 or 30-50 and you set 30-63 as your risk, that's 13 cents on AMD. And then your reward target can be down to that low at 30-20. And so your risk is about 13 cents, your reward is about 30 cents. And so pretty good risk reward, about 2.5 to 1, I think, is what it would be, but not bad for sure. Yep, that's kind of what I'm looking at, Smud and Brad. Like I said, I'm probably not going to take it. I've already had 2 successful trades. I'm up almost $60. I'll probably be done for the day after those few. Also, while we're waiting here, I know I don't have the scanners up, but go check out Trade Ideas, super custom dynamic scanners. And really, the benefit of using Trade Ideas, and I'll make a video about it, but the benefit of really using Trade Ideas is the ability to create custom scans. The customization of Trade Ideas is ridiculously beneficial and can give you a huge edge. You know, you can create your own scans, and it may be a little intimidating at first, but it's honestly super beneficial. You know, I've created VWAP fade scans that I have on other screens that you can't see, and so there's a lot of benefits to using Trade Ideas, really dynamic scanners, and the standard package comes up to about $3 a day. And so it's actually pretty cheap, all things considered. And so if you want to check out Trade Ideas, like I said, really dynamic, customizable scanners, allow you to do a lot of cool stuff with them. I'll post that link here as well. There's that link. Go check out Trade Ideas. Oh, wait. Keep accidentally.
So I know I'm not, extremely in the green here. Pretty much break even for the day right now until I close the CMPH. But one of the great things is I definitely feel like I relieved some of the pressure today. Whenever you feel that you're kind of getting out of your element, that's when you want to relieve pressure and not put more pressure on yourself. I think this is something that beginner traders go through all the time, especially with their small accounts. They start getting into a rut, and instead of relieving pressure, they go ahead and they increase the pressure, increase the stress on themselves, thinking that every trade from that point on has to be a winner. And that's really not the way we want to trade and not the mentality we want to have when we're trading.
Yep.
I know you've seen this before, John, when you start an account and you just start putting a tremendous amount of pressure on yourself to succeed.
Oh, 100%. And one thing you'll realize is that the pressure, it's all in your head, man. You know what I mean? And it happens so much. One thing that I typically I think it's a great idea for you to scale down a little bit. And I think that it happens to all of us. Last time you went on a really big green streak, I remember I was doing terrible. And so it kind of shows you that you just got to find your niche in the market. And sometimes your strategies are going to work great, and sometimes they're not. And that's okay too. But doing what Mitch does here is super important. And it's a great lesson for trading, which is, if your edge isn't more apparent in the market, there's nothing wrong with scaling down until you see a little bit better edge for yourself. And that's kind of something you have to do in trading.
No, can't force it. Forcing it is just going to cause more emotional pain and then pain in your capital.
Yep.
It's really what you can't do. You can't try to get kind of overextended in your capital. You got to keep your capital in check, got to have a certain risk amount, and then just end the day, get back here. If you're seeing multiple days like that, then you take a step back and you get your approach right back on there, and then you start trading the way you know how. One of the great things is if you do have the skills, once you relieve the pressure, the skills should immediately come back.
Yep.
But definitely just need to keep working on kind of sizing in and out. I think that's really what I've been working on the most this year. And I always try to kind of work towards one skill and improvement. Last year, that was learning level twos and time and sales. Year two was really defining strategies. That's when we found the VWAP fade and also defining the triangles. And year one was really just trying to get in my feet wet in what the market really consisted of.
No, AD, we're still here, man. What do you mean? Has the live trading screen share stopped? Mitch is up right now.
You guys want some scanners on the side or something? I can maybe put the top 20 if you guys need that.
Yeah, I can probably squeeze my scanners in there too. Let me see.
Yeah, you could take up my time in sales. There's no need for it.
Let me
You could see the share size is actually shorting down on this. That's why I'm staying in here. 1717, there was 4,700 shares. So I really like that 17 area to reject down here. I don't really want it back up to VWAP, but we're going to give it all the chance in the world to break down here.
There we go. That should be a little bit better. Try to squeeze this in so you can catch Mitch's screen. Man, it's been a while since I exited out of some of these. So yeah, I'll do this so you can catch Mitch's screen as well. That should work. Let's see. There we go. How about that, guys? Does that work? I think that should be a little bit better.
So that Disney life.
How about that? Is that better? I'm mostly a short biased, range bound, mid and high cap trader. Mitch, I would assume Mitch is the same.
Yeah.
Short biased.
I like playing a little bit more of the momentum plays. I think John has a tendency to sticking to his patterns. I have a tendency sometimes of playing more, let's say, price action plays, and with that, you can get burned. It's kind of important to learn that personality plays a lot in trading, and you start learning that, hey, I can take certain trades or I can't take certain trades, and you just got to learn to stick to your strengths and continue working on those, and you can see kind of it just pay off as long as you stick to the system.
Yep. And here, I'll post, if you want to see our kind of the classes, like we have a few classes here. And so I'll post this link if you want to check out our classes and stuff like that. Like I said, they're completely free. I mean, we don't charge for any of it. It's completely free. And so I'll post this link here as well. And like I said, Emily, like I said, I mean, Mitch and I, we just try to be we try to be transparent. We try to show everybody everything, and so you can see my graph here, and this is my graph for the last 60 days or so. And like I said, we stream all of this live, and so we can't fake anything if we want to. I'm currently on a 15-day green streak, and this is my graph in the last 30 days, and so it's not too shabby. And like I said, we trade live every weekday, and so everybody can see my trades. So basically, I can't fake it if I wanted to. And Mitch is pretty decent trader as well. And so mostly VWAP strategies, though. They're mostly VWAP strategies, short biased most of the time. Mid and high cap stocks, I especially like AMD. You know, cannabis plays and AMD are usually my bread and butter. See ya, Hero. Yeah, man. I mean, listen, man. I just don't have time for that stuff right now, Hero. So sorry, bro. I'll see you later, man. FATE. FATE. I haven't seen that one in a while. It's showing up on my scanners here. Ah, look at that second VWAP fade on AMD, man. I know a lot of people called that one out. I hope they took advantage of it. That was a beautiful fade.
Might get a strong push here. So now that we've gotten kind of, this is what I pay attention to a lot of times. One attempt down to break down, two attempts down to break down, three attempts down to break down. That's why we're getting this strong move back up here. Because if it should go down back to that 1711 and break that, we should break down and get to the 17s. Now, what's going to be important is this flip right here. If it gets above this high, 1725, it could flip around, grab strength at 1730 and squeeze. One of the best ways to look at trading is look at the both sides. You can't really look at a trade and see it just purely going in your direction. All you can do is understand both sides of the trade, both sides of the psychology, and trade that way.
Yep.
Because if you understand the long side of the psychology and you understand the short side of the psychology, you're going to be a much better trader because you're not going to go ahead and go against the trend. Really what we want to see is this 1710 breakdown, start heading down to the 17 on the daily chart, and then we can really start seeing if we're going to hold to 1692. If not, we can come back to yesterday's low, which was 1671. A little later, I'm going to be see if we get a VWAP rejection play here in CRWD. CRWD definitely turned around there, guys. Was holding bullish for much of the morning until about 10 a.m. And on the 5-minute chart, you'll see it just kind of flip. Harmony candle came in, volume came in on the short side, started shorting pretty heavily there at 69.26. So that's around the level that I would like to get in on, maybe 69. And you would have to risk all the way up to 69.64 on that one. So you got to understand how to play that.
And hey, if you appreciate these scanners, if you like what you see here and you want to check out more information on these scanners, go check out Trade Ideas. I'll post that link here again as well. Like I said, great way to help support the channel. Super customizable dynamic scanners allow you to do a lot of different stuff. Build your own scans around your different strategies that you use. And like I said, it equals out to about $3 per day. So go check out Trade Ideas. There's the link if you want to go check them out. Again, they're a super cool company. They're cool enough to allow me to stream these scans every day for traders to take advantage of. And so go check them out. There's the link. Like I said, one of the ways we keep the stream free. Great way to help support the channel.
Not the biggest range, but I'm also looking at CVM. It's just very low volume, but I've seen big share size jump in there multiple times with 1,000 shares above 6.
Nothing wrong with that, Sid. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, man. And sometimes there's just no good trades for your strategy. So don't stress it. Right, probably the right move.
Sometimes you got to run.
Yeah.
One that I was watching to see if it was going to break down today was IOVA. Not going to lie, I was pretty tempted there to short it when it came back to VWAP at 1940s. Risk was going to be 1950s. That would have kept me into the trade. It did go a little bit above VWAP, but quickly rejected there. Now down to 1910s, and that one could really start moving down there.
Honestly, I'm
All right,
almost.
don't want another high created. Don't want to see it higher than that 1722.
I'm almost at $300 in profits in my account, man. I got to talk to them to see when I can withdraw, because that's the big thing I want to do is I want to test out a withdrawal. I think that'll be a fun video to do for this channel. And so that's kind of the next step.
All right. Let's see what we can do here. Looking at ARRY. I need to bounce back to VWAP. I've been order out there for ARRY to get filled 42s.
And while I'm hanging out here, if you want to see a breakdown of the broker we're using, go check out this link I have in the chat. It breaks down the pros and cons of using TradeNet. And like I said, for their base package, you get 14K in buying power, no PDT rule. You can day trade as much as you want. Pretty cheap commissions. I got into 2 trades today with less than 300 shares in both of them. My commissions total for the day are probably less than $10. And so ridiculously cheap commissions. A lot of benefits to using TEFs and TradeNet, but there's a lot of cons as well if you trade penny stocks. And so I'll post this link here if you want to see a full breakdown on the pros and cons. There's the link right there if you want to check that out. Like I said, there's some benefits, but there's also some negatives to using TEFs and TradeNet, specifically with penny stocks. And so go check out that link if you want to see a full breakdown. All right, let's see this breakdown for you on ENPH.
Yeah. I want to see some share sizes jump in here. It's all at 31, but we haven't gotten big share size since 1031. Let's see if we get a nice big share size here at 16, 15s.
Honestly, look at AMD. Ugh, beautiful fade there. Beautiful fade for AMD.
I'm looking right now to see what the SPY is going to do, if it's going to get below 2850s, so that I can look at the higher cap stocks to short.
Yeah, nope. Still haven't withdrawn from them. Like I said, it's mostly because I've been trading with pretty small sizing for a year or so. Most of the time I would trade with like 50 or 100 shares. And so a lot of times I was actually in profits. I was gross profit. But because I was using, 1 or 200 shares, my commissions would kind of eat away at my margin. And yeah, like I said, I'm just now getting into the point of being profitable. And again, like Mitch and I never claim to be experts or anything like that. We just try to be as transparent as possible and let people watch us, regardless of whether we win or lose.
Experience channel. You guys are able to learn from us, whether we win or lose.
Right.
Majority of traders are not going to show you their live trades, especially on their losing trades.
Yeah, 100%. Most traders on YouTube and in the trading world are gonna specifically pick their winners and upload their winners and then pretend like their losses never happened. You could have 4 losses in a day and 1 winning trade, and you can just cherry pick that 1 winning trade, upload that, like, look how much money I made today. Please buy my trading course. Now buy my trading course. You could make that much money too. When really, they probably lose it. And so that's what I'm saying. Mitch and I, we're not experts here. We're not gurus. But what we do is we trade live every day and we show you everything. And so we don't hide anything. And that's honestly what we try to do. And honestly, we're profitable more times than we're not, especially lately. I've actually turned a corner the last few months and I've been kind of churning into profits. And it's been great, super fun, but it took years to do that. But we believe in our system and our system works. That's what I say.
That's all we can do.
Yep.
All right, guys, we're gonna get to the break-even pricing that we cannot, no matter what, let it go past. We've already taken 91.50 from this stock. We're gonna let it try to break down here, back down below VWAP. But if it holds and gets volume here at 28, it could get right back to our number.
I think the big level there is right around 33.
That's exactly where I am. All right, guys. Finally getting filled there in ARRY. Throwing a couple extra Y's there.
Yeah, because at this point, I mean, ENPH could just be another fade. I mean, that's kind of what it's doing right now. It's pulling back for maybe a potential another fade. I do like that risk of 33 though. I think you got to let it. You may have to let it test that level too because it might test that level, but that's all up to you, brother.
Yeah, I'm letting it go to break even.
But man, that AMD fade was beautiful, beautiful fade on AMD. Look at CGC and how range bound that move on CGC is. Hey, appreciate it, Lewis. Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, like I talked about it yesterday. Like something I'm super proud of is that a lot of people question. A lot of people honestly question whether day trading can be a profitable endeavor. You know, they question whether you can actually be profitable day trading, and there's a big controversy with it. Some people think you can. Some people think you can't. And you know, like Anton Creel, the guy Tom, what's Tom, the guy who created Thinkorswim, Tom Sasnoff or something like that. He doesn't think technical analysis trading, specifically short-term technical analysis trading, works. And so what I'm especially proud of is that I can stream live every day and go on a 16-day green streak. Today is my 16th green day in a row. I haven't had a losing day in 16 trading days. And that's something I'm especially proud of because it kind of shows that if you have a system and you follow a system in day trading based off of short-term day trades, that you can be profitable and that it is a profitable endeavor if you get good enough at it. And it's completely documented and streamed live. And so I can't fake this even if I wanted to because I'm streaming all of it live every single day. And so that's something I'm especially proud of. It's kind of proof that you can be profitable day trading. It just takes years. You know, it's just like any other skill that you're going to have to learn. For most of the time, it's going to take years to do successfully. And that's something that you need to have a reasonable expectation with.
All right, 51s will get me out in ARRY. 33s will get me out in EMPH.
And like I said, people can hate. They can say whatever they want about Mitch and I. But they can't say we're fake. And they can't say that our strategies don't work, you know.
Yeah. Time and time, you'll see VWAP fades make huge moves where traders can only dream of getting entries.
Yep. And again, I mean, most of this green streak, like I said, today was my 16th green day in a row. It's the longest green streak I've ever been on. And it's something I'm especially proud of because, I mean, 16 green days in a row, beautiful confirmation there for you. 16 green days in a row, that's a tough feat, man, you know?
Yeah.
And so really, I'm happy with it, man.
Yeah, man. Definitely congrats on that.
Appreciate it. I'm probably tooting my own horn a little bit, but, you know.
I mean, it's a big step up. I mean, I remember we were running into like troubles at day 12, day 11, and now you've gone not even one day past it, but multiple days. Shows that they can continue running and you can continue building on it.
Right. And the great thing about it is that it's really kind of honing in on my strategy. You know, it's kind of I've been kind of developing that range bound, somewhat of a scalping short strategy, range bound scalping short strategy with this green streak, and it's been working especially well. So we got the SPY squeezing up here. The SPY is up to 289 20th, and so we do have the SPY squeeze here. A lot of stuff squeezing up AMD, CGC. So. Hey, appreciate it, Wheelhouse. Thoughts on Fiverr short? Fiverr's a recent IPO. For me, it's just not. Um, for me, it's just not really my style. Um, if it pulled back to the VWAP, I consider shorting it. I mean, I do like one. I do like the pullback to that previous low of the day. Like you could see, it broke that 40-60 level, and then it pulled back to like 41. Entering there using a pretty tight risk of like 41.90 or so, 41, maybe 42 is your risk. Looked good, but it's like I said, it's kind of it's a little bit different than my style of trading. It hasn't really set up with any of my specific strategies.
All right, liking my ARRY trade more and more now that we've gotten back below VWAP. Want this 5 minute candle to close here at 30. Let that next candle open, and then we can really just try to take it right back down to VWAP, then hammer on it, leave the rest break even.
ARRY looking good.
Looking for that one to bounce back to VWAP to hit an ad. 42 would be nice.
AMD back up to the VWAP here too.
One minute on the TMPH 5 minute candle. It's going to be very important. See if we can get it to close underneath our number. There you go. Couple more seconds and it should close. Right.
We got BNGO popping up on the trade idea scanners.
All right, guys, this gets to 30 on the bid. I'm going to go ahead and hit a quick ad, hold right above it. Break even rate. Don't want it to go above that high. That last high was 30. We don't want to see 31s fill. Can see this stock breaking down from here or breaking out. And what you got to do is determine, hey, right here, right now, as long as it's at the right price, I'll take a shot. And it can come right back down to my pricing. ARRY went back to view out there, but I couldn't get a fill there. The ask was at 44. I had to leave that one alone. Here's the 30s. 31s showing up. Let's see if it rejects these 33s right here. Only saw one order go in for 33s. There's some really tiny share size in there. Remember, we only have 300 shares. No need to rush out of it. See it really fill there at 33. If it does, we'll get out.
There you go. Yeah, 33 level solid, so it's very easy.
It is solid.
Yeah.
Yep. So we got to just hold to that. We want to see either the share size is just going to extremely fill there, and then we just step out, or we let it break down. There we go. Tick down. That's a good tick.
Yeah, guys, and this is a great lesson, actually. There's a reason Mitch and I both latched on to that 33 level. And the reason is I could show you on my chart. It may be a little bit more obvious here. But if I pull up my chart here, and I put on ENPH, and I extend it to the left, right here at 33, look at all that level. Look at all this level. It's this previous, the more important level is the previous high right here. It's also all of this lows here, lots of confirmation. You also have that level there. And if you extend it to the left, you know, that level is definitely getting confirmation here. Just a lot of confirmation in 33. And so it's one of the most obvious levels on this chart. And again, Mitch and I called out this 33 level way before this move here. And even look, it even put in another confirmation right here. And so that's why we keep saying that 33 level is solid. It's just obvious. And it's one of those, you know, levels that it kind of sticks out to both Mitch and I for the same reason, where it has a lot of confirmation, previous high here, you know, and so until it breaks this 33 level, it's still in a either sideways or downward trend. Once it breaks this, it's putting in a new high, and so you kind of want to stay away from it, and that's why Mitch and I are sticking to that 33 level, and I think it makes a lot of sense. If it breaks the 33 level, it's a very easy exit for Mitch, and as long as it maintains under it, you know, then Mitch has, you know, no reason to exit the trade. And so that like I said, that 33 level is huge for that reason.
Yep. Looks like I wanted to get that ad at 1730. I didn't take it. So now it's the point where you can't just rush into the entry. Because if you get a bounce here, then your average is going to be down to 30. It can go to 33, stop you out, and get out of the trade. You want to stick to that price that you want to get in. And since I didn't take it, I just got to do hands off, leave the rest of the shares.
Yep.
Man, that AMRN.
I know, man.
That was one to watch today. We talked about it pre-market, but just didn't stay on it.
Look at I know you don't like AMD for some reason, but look at AMD, man.
Well, I mean, one of the key things is AMD got a huge push with that catalyst last week.
Right. But look at what I mean is look at the fades today on AMD. The thing had multiple fades.
Yeah. When stock up on the daily chart, made a huge run on the daily chart, huge gap down, holding that support, breaking that support yesterday, 31.64, and then they'll look back. You know, the stock could bounce again, but definitely a move straight up, straight back down.
The one that followed through the most for me was Cron today. Look at Cron. It's right at the VWAP. I don't trust it as much. It's breaking highs, and CGC is also squeezing up. But Kron is right at the VWAP. But look at those early fades. Those are the ones I took on Kron. They worked out really well. There you go with ENPH. Look at that. And I'm saying that's the beautiful thing about technical analysis. People say technical analysis doesn't work. Mitch and I called out that 33-cent level, that 1733 level. We both had that level in mind. And look exactly where it goes. ENPH goes exactly to the very cent, up to that 1733 level, and gets rejected and comes back down. And that is why we make that level our risk, because it is a very obvious, self-evident level on this chart.
Now you know why I wanted to get my ad there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's looking good though for you. Beautiful breakdown. Let's see it down to 1710s is the ideal spot, I think.
Boom.
There you go. 1733, man. I'm telling you. Great minds think alike, bro.
Yeah, that's why I hit my ad there. And that's why we went down to that level. My original entry in this stock was 1736.
Beautiful flush here.
Hard red candle. What you want to see is big volume show up on the time and sales. You see from 30, we've been just slowly taking that there. 5,000, 1,000, 3,000, 4,000. Then at 17 is where we want to see the big number. Remember, 17 is where I saw the big sizing last time. You want to see if 17 is going to hold or if it's going to break down through the 17 again, head to 1710.
Yep. I'm probably going to close it down soon here, though. It's getting a little late.
All right, got to keep a close eye on that other trade here. Don't want to pass 51. Well, overall, not too bad of a week. I mean, I finished down. I was down about 200 to start a little bit over 200 to start the week. Well, start the day today. And today might end up red a little bit. But, I mean, overall, last week was up about 600. So really just trying to keep the losses in control and learn the swings of this, higher volume trading.
Yep. It happens, man. But yeah, I'll probably end up closing it down. You gonna make a recap video, Mitch?
Yeah, I'm going to make a weekly one at the end of the.
All right, so yeah, be on the lookout for Mitch's recap. Yeah, it's his live account, Netron. But yeah, like I said, if you want to check out our scanners, super customizable dynamic scanners, go check out Trade Ideas. Again, make my mornings much, much easier. I know a lot of people appreciate these scanners. Really cool company, allows me to live stream these scans every day. And so go check out Trade Ideas. Look at ENPH breakdown here. Here's the link. Here's the link for Trade Ideas if you want to take advantage of those scanners. Really customizable dynamic scanners. Really allows you to build different scans around strategies. Makes a lot of sense. Go check that out. Also, again, go check out TradeNet. For only $3.99, you get 14,000 in buying power to trade with. No PDT rule. You can day trade as much as you want. You actually have the ability to short anything that's tradable in there. Commissions are pretty cheap, under 500 or 1,000 shares. Commissions are ridiculously cheap. Like I said, my commissions on the day after 2 trades is probably less than $10. And so ridiculously cheap commissions. Again, a lot of benefits to using TAFs and TradeNet. No PDT rule, you get around that. And so if you want to see a full breakdown on the pros and cons of TradeNet, I'll post this link as well. It's my walkthrough video of them. And there's the link if you want to go check that out. And yeah, that's about it for the day, guys. Also, remember to check out the TradeNet Challenge. The demo challenge, you get 10K in buying power in a demo account. It's completely free to enter. A lot of benefits to it. You get a 10K demo account and you have to make $500 in net profits within 5 trading days. A really tough challenge, but it's completely free to enter, and at the very least, you're going to get a free demo account for 5 days. So you get a free paper account for 5 days at the very least, and it should be fun. And so go check that out. There's the demo link as well. Still looking good for EMPH on Mitch. We should see the breakdown. But yeah, you want to say anything else, Mitch?
Yeah, man, no, that's it. Just like I said at the beginning of the day, you're not always going to be on top of your game, and that's a big part of trading. Big part of why we try to be transparent is trying to let you know, hey, it's not always going to be green days, guys. So knowing how to bounce back when you're having a little bit of a rut or you're feeling that you're not on top of your game and seeing your edge play out is really going to take you to that next level and keep you from getting into those big long-term ruts that kill accounts.
Yep. It happens, man, and it's something that's kind of what we do here on this channel is we just try to give people the real trading life. You know, what it's really like. And it's not all green and rainbows all the time. Sometimes it's going to be, you're going to be in slumps. I've been in multiple slumps before, and, you know, they happen. You know what I mean? And just because you're in just because you have losing days and losing weeks are going to happen, no matter what anybody tries to pretend. And so Mitch and I are just real about it, and that's it. You know. But yeah, guys, good luck for the rest of the day. I will see you all. I'll try to have a video out this weekend. Let's see if EMPH breaks this low. But yeah, I'll try to have a video out this weekend. Good luck for the rest of the day. And yeah, we'll update you on how Mitch does a little bit later. So good luck, guys. We'll see you all tomorrow. Or we'll see you. I'll try to have a video out today, tomorrow at the very least. Sorry I haven't been putting as many videos out as I usually do. Like I said, I'm at my mother-in-law's house now. I got my setup here. I've been streaming here every day. And it's been kind of hectic. We have contractors at my house right now. So we'll see how that goes. Good luck. Mitch's trade's looking pretty good here. And so have a good day, guys.
Take care.